Happy Saturday. I'm out here at the garage doing some work on my TTR125. It has had a problem for a very long time, and it's electrical. The problem with the bike is the spark plug doesn't generate any spark. We took it out and watched. We could push the bike around. No spark, no run. The bike was running and it just quit one day and we couldn't figure out why. The problem with this one turns out to be electrical if we're not getting spark. So the good news is I have a bike with the same engine, Yamaha TTR125 motor. It's stock, nothing special about it. It does have a slightly different carburetor, but we're using this as a known good. This bike runs and has no problems. So first up, I took the coil off this bike, put it on the other bike. It still did not run. We then went up and swapped the ignition black box to see if that was the problem. Swapped it onto the other bike. Still did not run, no spark. This is a very, very simple motor. It does not have a battery, neither does the other bike, because it doesn't have an electric starter. The final thing is the wiring here going to the cover where the ignition pickup is. Took the cover off, replaced it between both bikes. Still nothing. That doesn't leave much left. We did check the kill switch up here, replaced the kill switch. Still no spark, no run. The final piece here is, and I disconnected this, is a very small wiring harness. Take the module off, come up here, take this from this ignition pickup, disconnect that, and we're left with this. That's all we have. Unfortunately, it's kind of hard to believe that this might be the bad part. So what I'm going to do is swap this onto this bike and see if we can get that to run, because that's all that's left. So I'm going to try that and see if we can get this bike running today. This bike is a backup for our endurance race bike. The idea being, if the engine fails on that bike, we can transplant one out of this bike, and I can ride this bike in the dirt and do other fun things. So it's good to have two running bikes. It's time to hook up our wiring harness here. This is the new piece. It's going to attach here to the coil first. I'm going to put a bolt in it, attach the lead off the coil, and then the wiring harness is just a matter of plugging it in. We have a plug here for, let's see here, where did it go? Okay, here, this is for the ignition pickup. Plug that in. The next one is for the ignition black box, which is on the other side here. Just plug it in, click, and then we have the kill switch to hook up here. Just connect the wires, and I'm gonna leave this kind of dangly for the moment because I just want to test fire the bike and see if it runs after that. So I cleaned the ground off on this connection here. Make sure we have a solid connection, and that's it for installing the wiring harness. Hopefully this solves our problems and the bike will run now. Okay, the bike obviously has electricity now. To make it run, we also need gasoline. So I'm going to put the tank on and just lay it in place, and then I'm going to hook up the fuel line here and let it fill up, and then we'll give it a test run as is. Make sure we're getting fuel down the line, let any air out, and let's see if it works. I'm going to put it in second gear and just push it, see what happens.